All right, welcome back to Geeks and Games Podcast. I am Nick. This is Alan.
Hello.
So we're gonna do this first because we always forget. But there's a lot of profanity.
Profanity, indeed.
So just be warned, because usually we don't do this until like 5 minutes in because somebody says "fuck."
Yeah, it's been you. It's not somebody. It's you. You've been the one to set it off both times. The first one you said shit like 3 times, and then I was like, "Hey, what about the profanity warning?" And you're like, "Fuck," and then we said it. You only said "fuck" once last time, and now this time we're finally learning from it.
Hey, you learn from your past mistakes.
More like I learned from our past mistakes, because if I hadn't reminded you just before you started the recording, you would have just gone on and probably said all the words in the book. Either way.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Either way, viewer discretion
is not advised.
Whatever.
I wish, once we get the video set, the your faces, your facial expressions you give me during this.
It's because you're something else that I don't want to say on YouTube.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. We've said it all.
Oh, we haven't said it all.
I'd almost argue that we have.
It's nothing racist, don't worry.
Well, yeah. You're not, 100%.
I'm not a racist.
I'm not saying you are, and I'm not saying I am. Anyway.
Either way.
This is episode 2.
Technically the third one, though.
It's numbered 2.
It is number 2, you're right, but it's the third episode we've done, because we refused to change episode 0 to episode 1.
Because it's episode 0. We're still trying to figure this shit out, by the way.
Yeah, if that weren't obvious.
But we're having a good time, so that's all that matters.
Oh, we're having a great time.
So, over the past week, we've done not a whole lot, I guess you could say.
Nope.
But some stuff has come out. We've actually started up preparing for our next D&D campaign.
Yes, indeed we have.
Which is going to be Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited for that. It's definitely a change of pace for what our party's used to.
Yeah, I mean...
But at the same time, a lot of our party, I feel, would excel in this specific campaign.
It's a lot of RP.
Yeah. Which we like.
We do.
But,
a lot, actually.
Yeah, we're just figuring out our party comp. I'm reading through. I'm almost done with the first chapter, so I think once I'm done reading the first chapter, we'll probably start.
Okay.
And then I'll just read a chapter ahead. We'll just do a chapter every session. I think there's 5 chapters that are
5 to 8.
Yeah, well, 6 through 8 aren't necessarily a part of the quest line, because it really just kind of depends on whether I send you guys there or not, or if you find yourselves in those locations after chapter 4, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Chapter 4 kind of decides whether or not 6 through 8 even get used.
Right.
Because a lot of it just has to do with the different villains and stuff that are in Dragon Heist. But I'm excited. We got, from what I can gather, a pretty okay party comp.
Yeah, it's 4 players. It's not that bad. I mean,
we have a rogue.
Yeah, we have
I'm so fucking happy. He was like, I might do a rogue. I was like, please do a rogue. Please do a rogue.
No one's ever excited about me playing a cleric.
Yeah, because you play them every goddamn time.
You know, I've only played 2.
Okay.
And one of them just happened to be over our longest campaign.
Well, you're switching it up.
I am. I'm going for an Eldritch Knight this time. Is one of my older characters, actually, that I haven't really gotten a chance to use. He's an Aasimar,
Of course.
Shut up.
That's all you've ever played?
No, I played High Elves.
Wow. Once you discovered the Aasimar race, there's no looking back.
True. I used to play like humans and stuff.
Barely.
At the beginning. I made an orc once.
Did you play the orc?
Not much.
What campaign was that?
I don't even remember. It wasn't a relevant one that went on very long.
It was probably Out of the Abyss.
I don't think it was Out of the Abyss. I think that's the other cleric that I played.
We fucked that so much that the DM literally just kind of was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, he just quit. He just,
we kept trying to throw the... who was up in the prison cell with us? Or who was up there with me? Was it me and Bradley?
I think so. And then you guys are trying to throw somebody off of the...
We were trying to throw him out a window or something.
It was probably a guard.
No, it was definitely one of the prisoners who we had to keep alive. And
that was just a mess. Like,
yeah.
It was like a 2 or 3 hour long mess.
Yeah, I think that was the only session we played after that because he was like, I just don't want to do this.
Yeah, it was the only one.
But it's also, from what I've heard, the one of, if not the worst supplement that's come out of 5th edition.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, the first couple supplements, Horde of the Dragon Queen, Princes of the Apocalypse, and Out of the Abyss weren't written by Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about Princes of the Apocalypse, but Horde of the Dragon Queen's pretty good.
Well, that's because Brady looked over the bare bones of it and was like, okay, I'm going to do what I want with this. We didn't really play it by the book at all.
Oh. Well, he made it fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a good DM does.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we got your character. We got a rogue, a possible rogue.
Probably rogue.
Who's Brody playing?
Was he playing the Hexblade?
Yeah.
Yeah, a Hexblade Warlock.
And a cleric.
And a cleric. Michael's first serious character.
I don't know, man. Because I was talking to him the other night. He was like, I really want to do this serious character thing, but like I really just don't want to at the same time. And I was like, oh God, we'll see where this goes.
I hope that he plays a serious character.
I just told him that he doesn't. There's a good possibility he's going to be in jail. A lot of the time.
Well, at least he's not playing El Grotto.
El Grotto would be sentenced to death.
El Grotto, the masked wrestler. I mean, he's an orc to begin with.
You're... What are you saying?
People don't like orcs.
Yeah, but, yeah, you're not wrong. I also forgot to mention that you guys aren't allowed to have Dragonborn, but I forgot to tell Mauro that.
You need to tell Mauro that.
Yeah.
Like, soon.
I'll just text him right now.
Yeah, text him right now. But I'm obviously not a Dragonborn. You told all the rest of us that, I think, and I don't think Michael Bell even cares.
No, I don't think he's ever had interest in playing a Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
I think I played one Dragonborn, but I can't remember.
I think I had a Dragonborn fighter once.
I think it was I want to have a Dragonborn wizard.
Really?
Fuck it.
I think Mitchell played one.
No. All the wizards he played were... I think they were human.
He played a Dragonborn once. I forgot what it... No, I swear it was either like a wizard or a sorcerer. I think.
I don't know.
I think it was a noble or something.
I can't remember. But, yeah, Dragon Heist should be fun. I'm excited. I'm supposed to, let you guys pick out an NPC to get familiar with, so that you have, a connection to the Yawning Portal. And you've already done that yourself.
Yeah, my character already has a connection, because, from the last, campaign he was in, which happened to be the Tomb of Annihilation, he met Volo and Chult, and he kind of just tagged along with him right on the boat back. And... I mean, to this day, at the beginning of the campaign, he's still with Volo. He's kind of inserted himself and made him himself a lackey of sorts. And I don't know, that's probably his motivation to start the first quest.
I really want to start it.
I do too. Like I wish that like we could have tonight.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
But we have obligations.
And Brody's still at work.
That too.
And
our obligations are to this wonderful podcast with this wonderful audience
of 20 people.
You know what? 20 people.
Hey, no, I'm not complaining. I'm very
happy.
grateful for 20 people. And you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure like a good 5 of those views are probably mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun fact: I haven't watched
a single one of them.
Single one.
That's funny.
I don't know. I don't know why actually.
Well, I just like listen to them over to make sure like.
Right, to make sure they're okay.
Yeah. Well, to make sure like the audio's all good.
Yeah.
Which most of the time it isn't because we don't really have the most.
We have it's okay
reliable
audio.
setup right now. But that's okay. It's not really that big of a deal.
The audio is not like bad. It's just not amazing.
It's not great. But I digress. I also like check to see if like there's any room for improvements. Which if you guys
I was gonna say the same thing actually.
have any suggestions for improvements aside from audio quality and you know stuff like that, please let us know so we can work on it.
We love feedback because honestly, it's what we need right now. Besides just viewers.
Yeah, feedback.
We definitely. It'd be great motivation to hear some constructive stuff, and I don't know. I mean, if you want to post mean things, I suppose we can't stop you. I assure you, though, that with the way our personalities are, it will not faze us.
Roll right off the fucking shoulder.
Either way, though, we'd love to see your comments down below.
Comment down below.
Comment your worst name for us down below.
If we make that a competition, you could be on the next podcast. So
what if
let's hear the good shit.
Don't give them that much incentive. Actually, that's not even that much incentive. Who wants to be on our podcast?
Somebody that wants to troll.
That's going to be a very hellish experience.
You're right. Don't do that.
Maybe it'll be our first super fan.
Yeah. And maybe he'll kill us in our sleep.
We're not gonna fly him out. I think we just do it over Discord or something. What if he lives in India or something? It's a long flight. It's a lot of money.
I could find a cheap flight. We had this project my sophomore year in high school, and it was a history project. They called it Around the World, and every week we would get a new location. And he called it Amazing Race. I'm pretty sure
that would make sense.
And he gave us a budget, and each week the budget got lower and lower. And I swear to God, if I was actually doing this, I'd be flying on some fucking cargo ship somewhere, because I would get the cheapest flight in the fucking world, so I could spend all my money on a fancy ass hotel, and super fancy restaurants and stuff. Mm-hmm. So my flights would be, range anywhere from $100 to $400 to travel across the world.
Right.
I can't fucking imagine how terrible those flights would have been.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously illegal to just stick you in a cargo bay, but they can definitely stick you in something that feels
Reminds me of that iCarly episode.
Which one?
The one where they're, I don't remember the plot of the episode, but they were up in a cargo plane, and I think it was Sacco's, one of his cousins or something.
Sacco?
That's his name, right? The one that makes socks or something shit?
Oh, yeah, I think it might be. I honestly, you probably watched more of that show.
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen that show. Anyway, somebody they knew was a pilot, but he was a pilot of basically a small C-130 that just carried shit across the world.
Oh, okay.
And they were trying to get somewhere, and they ended up having to jump out of the plane. That was a wild show.
Luckily, airlines also can't legally make you do that.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately.
Yep. Everyone's a paratrooper in Nick
Hell
World.
yeah. gung ho.
Yeah.
You go big or you go home. You know.
Rifle and a parachute with every ticket purchased.
Welcome to Texas.
You just go in, I don't know, jump off anywhere you want.
So, Red Dead Online.
We go on the oddest tangents.
Well, we don't have a specific theme for this one.
Yeah, because this one was supposed to be the D&D one, but like...
Well, I mean...
we talked about it, but... Well, no, that's you said that to me. You were like, this one was supposed to be the D&D one.
If, like, we were able to get Brody over...
Brody or Mitchell or both.
Yeah. I think we... Once, like... I think in, like, a week or two.
Mitchell will be
here. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I get out of school. My finals are in, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, so... He'll be here soon.
That's good.
And I'm sure Brody should be available around that time.
Probably.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming we'll be starting the campaign by then anyway.
Does he go to school? How old is he?
22.
Does he go to school?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think... No, he doesn't.
Does he plan on it?
Probably not. I don't know. I don't care what he's doing with his life.
Hey, he seems like a smart boy.
Yeah, so?
Go to school, get some big knowledge.
He just goes and does his LARP.
He LARPs?
Yeah, he hardcore LARPs.
I don't know if I think I might respect that.
You should see him in his getup, dude. It's crazy.
Dude, I do not want to cosplay. Let me just say that. But I would absolutely love, just for myself, to dress up as, like, different, like, not characters, but, like, themed.
So you're telling me that if I walked up to you with a fully fitted Stormtrooper costume to your body and was like, let's go to San Diego Comic-Con in this, you'd tell me no?
No, I'd go, but I'd rather it be Jedi robes. Actually, I'd rather it be, like, Hogwarts robes, because I need a lightsaber, like a custom one, before I go as a Jedi anywhere. I refuse.
You're so weird.
Okay, you have a full Ravenclaw getup down in your, like, it's either in this closet behind me or it's down there. So shut up.
That has nothing to do with it.
It has everything.
Because we're talking about you.
No, but it has everything to do with it.
Because we're talking about how you don't like to cosplay. Unless you have a specific lightsaber built to your standards.
Okay, that's just as a Jedi.
Okay, but now you're going back on your word of you don't like cosplay.
No, I said I wouldn't want to because, like, I don't know, it's a lot of attention to draw to yourself. And it's not like I'm an introvert or anything, but I don't like it when a bunch of people are staring at me for, like, stupid reasons.
That's not a stupid reason.
You're a stupid reason.
You're an idiot.
No, you.
Whoa, shit, you got me there.
Bitch.
Oof, that hurt. I'm gonna go complain in the comments now.
Going to go game end yourself.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
Have I told you about it?
Yes.
It's like a Fortnite
short
film, and the dude they don't say kill because I guess that's not okay for Fortnite. So instead, the voice actors say they're going to game end people, and the exact quote is like it's something like, "Well, fine then, I'll game end him myself."
Oh my god!
And I'm like, that's perfect. It's beyond perfect, actually. Not the short film itself. Fortnite is an abomination, but that phrase is fantastic.
So, first on our list.
Yeah. How far are we at? We're almost 10 minutes in.
Yep.
And we're just getting to the first topic. So, the first broad topic on our list is...
I didn't read...
You did not read the Lieutenant Dangle to-do list part 3.
Yeah, which I think we'll be able to split more Lieutenant Dangle list off of this one.
Well, we might get one or two more, maybe.
Yeah, we can definitely at least get one more off of this one.
For sure.
This has his face and the Reno 911 logo on it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I don't know if we can split this. Well, we'll just draw a line.
Yeah, sure.
Rather than ripping it.
Yeah.
So, games in general. First,
the first subtopic is RDR Online, Red Dead Redemption Online.
So, I obviously didn't play it. You were telling me a little bit about it. It seems good. I really, really liked the first one. The online for it. It was simple. It was fun. You got to... I mean, I guess in hindsight, there wasn't a whole lot to do in it. But boy, did I spend a lot of time dicking around with my friends in that.
Right.
And that's half the fun. Plus, oh my god, no microtransactions. That was fantastic.
Well...
I'm not looking forward to that in this next one.
I'll explain that a little bit, because I obviously have a little bit to say about it. Okay, time for one of my famous 35,000 hour rants about one thing.
Yeah, let's keep this one down to a minimum. A medium.
A medium? Okay. So it's going to be like longer than my 5 to 10 minute rant about pretzels, but it's going to be like shorter than my Fallout 76 rant.
Let's shoot for the in-between.
Okay. So, Red Dead Online. I loaded into it yesterday? The day before? It was the second day. It was the second day it came out. So yeah, it was yesterday. And oh wow, that In-N-Out is really... I think, it's that spread packet. Why did I do that?
Okay, so we were sitting in In-N-Out before we started this.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we were sitting in In-N-Out. We were having our dinner before we started this. And I had a spread packet left. And I looked at him and I was like, how much would you give me if I down this whole thing? So... At first he was like, I'll give you $1. And I'm like, no, it's ridiculous. And he's like,
no,
okay.
it was the half. It was the one that barely had any in it at first.
Oh, yeah, it was that one. And then I took out...
That's why I told you $1, because I was like, if I was feeling it, I would do it myself for free.
And then I took out the whole one, and I was like, okay, what about this one? And he was like, a stupid roll, which is like the best sushi roll at this sushi place we go to. It's fantastic. So then he was like, okay. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, I'll consider it. And he was like, all right, how about 2 rolls, one of them being the stupid roll? And I was like, you've got yourself a deal. So I prepared myself mentally. I open it up, and I just start downing it. Let me just say, I'm not a texture guy. Like, I'm not the guy that's like, ooh, it feels weird in my mouth. I have problems with that. I'm orally fixated. But the mixture of, like, the cold Thousand Island mix and mixed with, like, the very finely diced pickle, it was the perfect mixture on my tongue to just make me gag. So I started gagging because I took just a bunch of it in my mouth at once. And I started chewing on the pickle, even though it was already so finely diced it didn't really matter. Like, I could have swallowed it if I had the balls, or, like, the gusto, whatever you want to call it. But I did not. So I started chewing it and swallowing it very slowly, and I was gagging the whole time. Nick, of course, was laughing.
It was great.
I'm sure it was. He loves seeing people suffer. And, honestly, with the way I live my life, suffering for me is not that common, so seeing me suffer is a treat.
It was like a kid opening a Nintendo back in the day on Christmas. So excited, just full of joy. My heart was warm. But
now he owes me 2 rolls, one of them being the stupid roll.
It was 100% worth it.
Which in itself is like $13 or $14.
Worth it.
Plus, I'm going to get another roll. Who knows what I'm going to pick?
Worth it.
That could be up to like $30, dude.
Maybe I'm not eating.
You know, if you want to come and watch me eat sushi, that's on you.
Oh, boy. Worth it.
Depending on how much I would eat that day, I probably couldn't even finish the stupid roll.
It was so worth it.
If you say so, man, that's fine. I'm getting free sushi, so I don't care. It's over now. I'm still kind of nauseous because of it, honestly, because it was just the worst thing I've ever felt in my mouth. Like, another Nick friend of mine, Nick Stark, he once took an entire large spoonful of mayonnaise in his mouth.
I've seen worse.
Maybe not him, though, because, like,
all right.
He put it in his mouth, and immediately, like, as soon as it hit his tongue, he threw up.
You remember Justin?
Which Justin?
From Ace?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how Reese's does all their like holiday stuff, and they'll shape it for whatever holiday.
Yeah.
Sometimes the shapes they come out with just make it more peanut buttery than usual. Such as the Easter egg one.
Oh, the Easter egg ones are like peanut butter and some chocolate.
So Easter egg Reese's cup.
Mm-hmm.
Taco Bell nacho cheese.
Oh.
Mustard.
Why?
What else was there? Jelly. Mango habanero jelly. Okay. And I'm pretty sure there was one other thing. And he put the cup in the jelly, and then he proceeded to pour that into the nacho cheese and stir it up. Then he dumped that into his mouth. Then he grabbed the mustard and started squirting it in his mouth.
That's probably what got him.
It was
mustard is extremely. It was
horrifying.
Yeah. Did he do it? Did he just?
No, he swallowed the whole thing. Like he chewed it up and swallowed it. It was glorious.
You know, I feel like I wouldn't have a problem with that because the texture wouldn't be horrible. I found the specific texture that really messes me up, and that's just straight spread.
Oh my god. So the other day I tried, I got sort of no balls into eating a Cheeto Puff and drinking eggnog after.
Ooh.
Honestly, the eggnog is so overpowering, I couldn't even taste the Cheeto Puff at all.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm not really an eggnog fan. It's like, I don't like the consistency.
The texture?
No, it's the consistency of the liquid. It's like the thickness, the viscosity is just so that it tastes, it like feels like I'm kind of drinking an egg yolk.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I don't like that. That's like on the spread spectrum.
But it tastes so good.
It tastes like, I don't know if I've had enough of it to honestly tell you what it tastes like. I've had like a few sips.
It tastes like spiced milk, kind of. It's just a really creamy spiced milk.
Don't alter my milk.
Oh yeah, I forgot you drink way too much milk.
I drink way too much milk.
You're like the only person I know that does.
Milk is great.
Milk. I'm not shitting on milk. I like milk. Anyway, back to games.
Yeah. Great. You know, we're awesome at staying on topic, folks. We're professionals here.
Well, you know, unfortunately, Achievement Hunter took the off-topic name. Otherwise, that probably would have been solid for us.
Yeah. Are you saying that Geeks and Games isn't a good name?
Kind of.
You know, you came up with it, so...
Look, it was on the fly. I didn't see you coming up with anything.
I wanted you to try and have a moment.
Okay, but you still didn't come up with anything.
Because I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Shut up, you're lying. You just couldn't come up with anything.
I would not lie to you. I can come up with some awesome names.
Alright, let's hear them.
Alright. Let me think for a second.
Fuck off.
No, you fuck off. You got time to think. You got
Barely.
time to think.
I got like a day. You know what?
A day.
Come back next podcast. I want to hear them.
Don't make me do this.
I want to hear them.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm going to come up with them, and they're going to be awesome.
We'll see.
Then you're going to die, hopefully.
Well, that's not very...
I wish death upon those who are close to me. Don't ever befriend me. It's bad for your health.
Well, I'm surprised your mother's not dead yet, then.
I'm surprised I'm not dead because of her.
She's Satan.
Yeah.
We love her, though.
I do love her. She's my mother.
She's a great lady.
She's nice. Sometimes. Actually, I don't think nice is a way to describe her. She's pleasant. Occasionally.
Oh, man. I guess it's a good thing she probably won't ever hear this.
True.
She just doesn't give a shit what you do.
She was like, could this make you money? And I was like, potentially. I mean, it's not exactly why we're doing it at this point. Because, you know, there's no possibility of that at this point. But
I'm just having a good time.
yeah, this is kind of a...
We're just here to have a good time.
I feel like it gives my life some sort of, like, ulterior meaning than just school.
Yeah.
Because my entire life is just college, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like my entire life hasn't been school the whole time, but it was like, you know, school and MUN or school and Boy Scouts. I'm a Boy Scout. If anyone
fucking
cares,
loser.
I'm actually an Eagle Scout. That's clout.
That's
Clout with the white people. That is white people clout, and you will respect it. That's all you need in this country is white people clout. You can get anything.
Donald Trump isn't an Eagle Scout.
Good.
Oh.
I mean, come on.
But he's white.
Well, no, I'm saying being an Eagle Scout gets you white people clout.
No, I understand that, but he's white and he's the president. He got white people clout without even being an Eagle
obviously
Scout.
he has rich white people clout. That's upgraded white people clout,
So what are you doing with your life?
Going to school and making this podcast. That is it.
Well, I mean, that's better than nothing. I guess you're not doing math.
That is a factual statement. Yeah. I'm not doing math. In case anybody cared.
Oh, everybody cares.
Obamacare.
Shut up. Anyway.
He probably does. He cares about me.
He doesn't know
Obama,
you.
know that I love you.
He doesn't know you. He doesn't care.
It's more than a friend.
No. That's just wrong. And one level, but in that level it is wrong.
You know what? If I had the opportunity to date Obama, I'm not saying that I'm gay.
Are you sure?
I am saying that I would probably date Obama.
I don't know, man. That's considered gay by a lot of people.
He's not just a dude. He's Obama.
No, he's just a dude.
No,
his name is Obama. Barack Obama.
Barack Hussein Obama, yes.
But he is just a dude.
He's also Obama.
Yes, and you are also Alan.
That's a lot of clout.
Yeah.
I'm not even a clout hunter, and I'm already out here I already have white people clout.
But you got to get that internet clout. You got to go on the internet and pretend you're gay.
Internet clout comes in many different forms, and it comes from many different groups, and I don't want internet clout from the wrong groups.
Why not?
What if some alt-right white supremacist group is that's a cool dude right there. I don't want that. That's not something that I need in my life.
Well, I mean, it's just as bad if an extremist left group did that.
But see, I'd be able to ignore them because at least they're not shooting minorities.
Give me an example. I'm not getting into this.
That was obviously an extreme exaggeration. I don't think any recently have been shooting minorities. They definitely used to.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. The bad old days.
Oh my god. Do you know who Ed Holmes is?
Ed Holmes?
He's Andy on The Office.
Ed Helms?
Ed Helms. Jesus, yes. He was on Stephen Colbert.
Uh-huh.
And Stephen Colbert was like, we're both from the South. We're both polite people. Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I guess that's why we lost the Civil War, We just kind of gave it to them, We're just polite people.
Just too polite to let the North lose.
Makes sense.
It doesn't. I love history too much to even pretend that. There are a dozen reasons why the South lost. Why are we talking about this?
Because we go on tangents.
Wow, we really do.
And that's just how it is. But it doesn't matter because this isn't a themed episode at all.
Yeah.
Not even slightly.
Not even close.
We tried. But our outside sources failed us. Mostly because one's busy doing his thing in college, and the other one has a girlfriend.
And a job. Well, you have a job too. But yeah. He's currently working.
Which I was there today. Oh, fuck, I forgot I worked today. That was terrible.
8 to 5:30.
I was supposed to go in 10 to 6.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds so much better.
Right? Because then I could have slept in.
Yeah.
But he was like, no, I need you here 10 to 5:30. Or 8 to 5:30. I was like, fuck. That sounds terrible. And it was.
Do you want to tell us about your workday, Nick?
So it started off as me getting up at the ass crack of dawn.
Why, though?
What do you mean, why?
Why'd you get up at so early if you had to go in at 8?
Because here's the thing about me, is if I don't get up, I will sleep for the rest of the day.
I know.
You know this. So I have to get up at least an hour before I have to get ready, or it's done. And then that also gives me time to not be a groggy asshole.
Really? You get the morning grog?
Oh my god. I don't even want to start.
I think I'm like a pseudo crackhead because I'm okay with staying up really late and I'm also okay with getting up really early. Like, in the same night.
See, I was cool with that when I was in high school, but after I got out and didn't go to school and I was just sleeping in all the time, I don't know.
It's kind of weird, though. I've never had morning grog. I get up and then suddenly I exist again. Whereas when I'm asleep, I'm just a lump of matter.
No. When I get up, it takes me a good hour to 2 hours.
Seriously?
Yeah.
2 hours?
Yeah, I'm an angry morning person.
Dude, I get up and usually 2 hours later, I'm like either at school or
I'm not
going.
a happy morning person at all.
I love mornings. They're nice and cool, especially in, the summer, because I hate the heat. And, it's not too bright outside, but it's still, bright, The sunrise is awesome.
Anyway, so I got up, and I got there a little early. I read a little bit of Waterdeep, and then clocked on. I had to check in meat, which was a fucking pain in the ass because we had 2 pallets, and we don't have the biggest cooler in the world.
Yeah.
So I was, squeezing in the cooler trying to unload it all. And then I did that, so then I filled it. And then that brought me up to my 5th hour, which by law you have to take a lunch.
It took that long?
We have a lot of meat, and down stacking it's a pain in the ass. The pallets are a good 5 feet tall, and they're just jam packed. And I have to sort because you can't cross contaminate, so you have to sort it all. And then I have to fix because usually because we get shipments of meat every 2 days. And usually by the point where we're about to get a shipment in, the meat is just about sold out, and so we have to end up spreading it to fill space. So I have to go fix all that and then put it out, check dates, do all that stuff. So it took a while. And then I went to lunch, and then I came back, and I had to decorate the store for the holidays. Which wasn't bad, because that's not usual work, so it makes the day go by a little faster.
Right.
But then I finished that really quickly, and then I was really fucking tired by that point.
Yeah.
So I just kind of BS the rest of the day.
Were you the only manager there?
No. Well, up until 12 o'clock, I was.
So you were the opening manager?
For a day. It's the worst. I hate it.
You don't like opening?
Mm-mm.
I mean, you don't like mornings, so I guess that.
But I hate closing more, so I'll take mornings.
Are you not a night person either? No, you're a night person.
I'm a night person. It's just closing sucks because you have to clean up after everyone. And then make sure that it's beautiful for them in the morning so they can come fuck everything up and then leave their shit around and just go home.
Damn, you just threw shade at a lot of people.
It's frustrating. Because then if you don't perfectly clean it up how they want it, guess who's getting bitched at in the morning? Me.
Ben.
And Ben.
Poor Ben.
Speaking of Ben, the other day he was taking out the throwaways for produce. Mm-hmm. And he has to lift the cart down, and the cart was pretty full. And he dropped it, and it spilled everywhere. It took me all of my power to not bust up laughing.
Oh, dude, you have more power than I do in that department then.
It was glorious.
I would have been crying.
There's still blackberries everywhere.
I would have been screaming and crying.
He was like, I was thinking the birds were going to pick them up. I was like, it's been raining. There's no birds out right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've had a long work week. I've been working since last Friday.
Man. That sucks.
Yeah. At this point, I don't want to eat this wheat anymore.
You don't want to eat this. You didn't even... Shut the fuck up. Please cease to exist.
I don't want to eat this wheat, man.
Just...
We're at peak memery here.
Yeet this wheat.
I haven't said get this bread since I've discovered yeet this wheat. It's got such a better ring to it.
We can come up with a far better one. We just need to think.
I don't have my thinking cap on. It's 10 o'clock at night and I had a long day.
Why do we always swear we're gonna start this early and then suddenly it's 10?
Because we get together early and then we're like, hey, let's go get food.
You know what? Food is important.
You're not wrong. And I was starving, so...
Yeah, I was pretty hungry too.
We were gonna start it later.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm pretty glad we didn't.
Yeah.
So, that's
At this rate, we're probably going to be here till 1 anyways.
Nah.
Actually, we started early enough, probably 11:30.
Yeah.
11:45.
One could hope. One could fucking hope.
One could hope that it's not 2.5 hours.
This usually tails along a little too far.
I mean, we haven't even started talking about the first subtopic yet, and we're already...
I'm half debating just throwing that out the window.
No, we gotta talk about RDR Online at least.
You're the only one that played it.
Yeah, and I was gonna talk about...
This is just like a redo of fucking... Was it 76?
It was 76. You refuse to play that game.
I don't refuse to play it. I just have better things to do. Like Squad.
Squad's fun.
Squad's great. It's one of my favorite games.
Just the shenanigans and the memery in that game.
I'm really sad you couldn't get into that Squad the other day.
No, I was so happy that I can get into that other Squad, though, because that tank driver dude, he was so drunk. And
Was he really?
Yeah, he was driving the tank. He was like, oh no, guys, I am so drunk right now, but I am positive I'm still so much better than the rest of you. Let me in that seat.
Welcome to Squad.
So then the squad leader was like, okay, dude, and he got up in the gunner. We were in a Bradley tank. And so he got into the driver's seat and he started going, and he was actually pretty great. It was weird. He was like, all right, so you guys, we're going to go take some points. So basically what we're going to do is...
take some points.
I'm going to drive up, and you guys are going to get out, and you're going to spread out, and we're going to take the point, and you're going to come back to the Bradley, and you're going to get back in the Bradley. And we're going to go. So we encountered an enemy tank, and he was like, all right, everybody get out, spread out, go into the buildings. I don't want you guys getting blown up. I'm going to take care of it with the gunner. So then he went, and the Bradley tank is an interesting tank. It's a comparatively small tank to, say, an M1 Abrams or an M2 Abrams.
Right.
But, because it's a recon tank. But... it has very powerful tow missiles, and I think that's really funny that they would give it that because it has a pea shooter cannon.
Right.
But they're insanely powerful tow missiles. So he went up and he just towed this poor Russian tank, and I witnessed it was so skillful the way that he did it. He completely evaded the first shell that the tank fired at him, and I could just hear him on comm all right. Do it now! Well, tow missiles don't make that noise, but just one missile. I don't know how. Usually it takes more than one, I think. But
I think they have weak points.
That's true. He probably knew them.
Fucking drunk people.
Yeah. He was like, woo! Alright, everybody back in the Bradley. And so eventually he was like, squad lead, I am just too drunk. I'm gonna go. I don't know what you're going to do. Godspeed, my friend. And he just disconnects. And so squad lead's like, okay. Everybody out. I'm going to solo this tank. You guys go do whatever the fuck you want. And at that point, that's the point where I started following your squad.
Oh, at Fort Wilson.
Yeah, at Fort Wilson. So I got into that MRAP with you guys, but I think I was kicked out of the MRAP because I wasn't part of your squad. So I started running after it on foot, and then the Bradley goes whizzing by. And I'm like, Squadly, where are you going? And I cannot make this up. He came onto comms and he was like, to war, son! And I'm like, the drunk tank commander taught you well, squad lead.
Oh my god.
You go get him, boy.
So, all while this is happening, I join a squad. It's called Owen Wilson Fan Club. And so we get to one of the first points. and we start fortifying the absolute shit out of this point. We've got barbed wire over every fence, so just in case it gets run out, like taken over, if the enemy tries to jump the fence, there's barbed wire there. We build a hab inside of one of the houses, and we put up the hab. And when you put the stakes down, you can't exactly tell how it's going to be built. And so we've got like 6 people in this room trying to dig it up. And I get like corner trapped because the block had spawned right in front of me.
Right.
And I couldn't get out of either corner. And they built it up and they're like, all right, good to go. And I was like, guys, I'm in the corner. Like, I'm stuck. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll just kill you. And I was like, well, or you could just dig it down, you know, that's an option. And they're like, all right. So they dig it down. I shit you not, step 1 foot and they start digging it back up again. I get stuck inside of it. And Squad Lead was like, really, guys? Are you really that fucking stupid? Like, dig it back to fuck down again and stop being such fucking trigger-happy, like, dumbasses. So they dig it back down. I finally get out. We start fortifying the rest of the base. And I was like, Squad Lead, can we call it Fort Wilson? And he's like, I don't know. Do you follow the true ways of Owen Wilson? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what are his 4 ideals? And I was like, wow. And the whole squad was like, wow.
Wow.
And he was like, good enough. And so Fort Wilson was birthed. And we started building sandbags across the road. And then we went to the other side of the street and we started fortifying that up. And then that's when you got out of the Bradley and came over to us. Mm-hmm. We hopped in the MRAP. We went to the next point. No, we didn't go. We were headed towards the next point. And then Squad Lead was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to pull some SOCOM shit. So he pulls off to the side and we drive deep behind enemy lines. We park the MRAP in some random ass spot. We all get out. And we start walking towards the very last point of the objectives that the enemy had captured. And all of a sudden we see a Logi truck drive past us. So we all hit the ground. And we're like, where the fuck is that Logi going? So our squad lead was like, I don't know, let's go to the road. So we go to the road and our scout pulls out his binos. And he's looking down. He's like, yeah, I got like two guys on foot and the Logi truck. And he's like, I'm pretty sure they might have a fob over there. And so we were like, fuck it, let's go for it. And so we went over there, we attacked their fob, shit went fucking haywire. We all hid in some bushes while an enemy tank and an MRAP drove by. And we were like, fuck this, we're leaving. So then we left, we found a village, we did some shit, and it was just a good time. I had a pretty good squad lead.
Funny linking story about that MRAP and tank, actually. So I was, like, completely solo after a point. Because I got left behind because, you know, my Bradley Happy squad lead was out, and then you guys totally ditched me from the MRAP. So I was, like, running. And so suddenly I see on my mini-map that there's, like, a tank right near me. And so I hit the ground, obviously, out of instinct. But I get up because I realize it's not that close. So I go up, and eventually I reach this fork in the road. And there's this, like, heavily damaged enemy tank, an MRAP, and a troop transport. And so there's a whole bunch of guys scrambling around the tank for some reason. I mean, obviously it's smoking, but they're all sort of frantic. And so I get down onto my stomach, and I steady my gun, and I'm like, okay, as soon as I fire the first shot, if they know where I'm coming from, they're pretty much going to kill me instantly, so I have to kill as many as possible. First, I killed the frantic guy that was trying to, like, I guess, fix the tank.
Uh-huh.
And then I got his friend who was turning towards me. I got a third guy from the transport. And then some random marksman, I swear, because it wasn't one of them, had gotten a beat on me and just pinged me right in the forehead.
Goddamn.
But that was the extent of that game. I think I actually left because, like, I didn't have a squad to go to.
Yeah, that was a rip. I was waiting for someone to leave mine so you could join.
I was hoping that too, but it just didn't happen. I think you had gone to, like, pee or something, or, like, get water or something, but yeah, I left and I started playing Star Citizen, which, by the way, we're going to get to that because I want to talk about Star Citizen.
Eventually. I'm trying to get Brody into a squad.
Brody? Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I was like, how do you feel about first-person shooters, like tactical first-person shooters? He's like, I live for that shit. And I was like, boy, do I have the game for you.
Oh, dude, we have to get him to play with, like, Brady.
Oh boy.
I want to play with Brady more.
Yeah, well, Brady's busy being Brady.
What does Brady even do?
That's a great question.
What do Brady's do? Comment down below what you think Brady's do.
Our Brady is a special breed of allotted.
If that's what you want to call it. Sure.
New Zealanders are weird.
He's like, yeah, like he's a New Zealander, but then he's also like he's lived throughout like the entire British Commonwealth.
You're not wrong.
And he's been drinking since he was like 12.
And then he came to the US, and then he was my teacher's assistant my freshman year.
And then he joined the army.
And then they took away all the rest of his citizenship.
Oof.
And then he was like, you know what, that's fine, I'm an American. Brady is almost like the most American person I know.
Which is weird because he's not he couldn't run for president.
He wasn't born here.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I'd like to... Brady 2020.
Brady 20... He's not even old enough.
Oh, shit, you're right. He's 23 or 24.
America test, Nick. How old do you have to be?
32.
35.
Shit. Close enough. Well, I'm just trying to figure out how old he is right now. Because I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's 32. I mean, not 30. 23 or 24, but I can't remember.
I mean, if you think about it, you know, he was a senior when you were a freshman, so just do the math, damn you.
No, but I don't know. I'm almost 100% positive he was 24.
Then he's probably 24. I think I've heard you say that before, so it might be right.
Because he just had a birthday right before he left. Which means
that was a long time ago.
No, he left in like almost a year ago. So his birthday is going to be coming up again pretty soon.
Water bottle noises. Water bottle noises. Water bottle noises. These are like the flimsiest water bottles.
I told you, don't put the cap on it.
I have a thing about that, okay?
No. No, stop it.
I will kill you.
Jeez, you were ridiculous.
No, you.
Is that your comeback for everything?
I mean, it works.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it really? Does
Yeah.
it work?
It does in a lot of cases.
So, I suppose we can talk about games now.
We have completely forsaken the Lieutenant Dangle to-do list.
Yeah, but that's okay. We could use it again another time.
Well, I mean, we can get to that now. Technically, we were talking about games when we talk about Squad.
Yeah. One of the greatest games ever made. Just kidding. Don't quote me on that. It's not, but it's great.
It's fun.
It's really, really fun. And, you know, I can appreciate that it doesn't have a progression system.
Yeah.
Because it just makes the whole entire experience an even playing field.
Yeah. Like, no one has, you know, there's not a marksman out there with, like, the anti-material rifle with a variable zoom and 3 bipods on the front and a stock that automatically pulls back the bolt.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that they haven't done any cosmetic stuff.
You think so?
Yeah, sticking true to like how a military sim should be.
Yeah. Do you think they're trying to be a mil sim?
As far as like communication goes, yes. As far as gameplay goes, in a way, I'd say yes. Obviously not in the sense of like the game modes.
Yeah.
Because they're capture points and stuff.
I mean, not that militaries don't...
Well, right. No, I understand that. But, like, in a more concentrated matter.
It's definitely a gamified version of what I assume, you know, like, progress up.
But the fucking gameplay is just on point.
It's nice, yeah. The gunplay is extremely nice.
The maps are well made, in my opinion.
I miss just enough for me to think, yeah, no, this is definitely, like, a very realistic...
But then when you get those kills, it's so satisfying.
Oh, it's great. Remember that desert map we played with the hangars?
Oh, yes.
So
I got so many. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Before you start, you know how we pushed to the middle hangar where their fob was?
Yeah.
I peeked over and I shit you fucking not. There was like 3 squads 3 full squads bunched in one corner. And I pulled the pin on the grenade, and I went to go throw it, and I got shot in the head.
Aww.
And I was like, no, and it insta-killed me. It didn't even give me a chance to revive. So then I got back over there. I was like, cool, I'm going to throw my grenade now. Pulled the pin, but I accidentally went underhand. I threw it, and it hit the fucking bag in front of me and went all the way up in the air and landed right in front of me. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Oh, you poor boy. Yeah, no, like, especially those really far-off kills in the game, they're really satisfying.
Yeah.
But just getting a kill in general, because they're not that, like, you swear...
It's not common.
You swear you have no idea where all the killing comes from in that game. But...
Well, I mean, each team has at least, like, up to 38 players, 40 players. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is for the maps. Which is really also odd, because the maps are pretty big.
Uh-huh. They're definitely bigger than like Battlefield maps, and Battlefield maps are usually sort of the bigness standard.
But I do suppose it's due to the fact that it is like a teamwork based, like, tactical shooter where a lot of the fire is concentrated in one place.
Yeah. Usually in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Contending the middle point.
Right. Well, it depends. It's like that one game we played where we were
just completely
on the American side, and we completely demolished it. It was when
we pushed them all the way back to their spawn.
Yeah. I think that was the game... No, it wasn't the game where we were stuck up on the rock.
I remember that game, though. You and Squad Lead got sniped.
Yeah, we did.
And then I was still, like, prone, but I, like, pushed myself off the rock so I didn't get sniped. And it turns out, I don't think I told you this or you didn't hear it, but there was an enemy right under us, like not even 5 feet away from the top of the rock.
Really?
He was shooting up at you, and you still got sniped, but I went down and I like landed right next to him, but he didn't see me. He was still looking up like this. So I was like, I must avenge the death of my people. I just shot him up. And that is
you
the
were
satisfaction.
You were stuck on that rock with our medic, and you guys were pinned down.
Oh, we were pinned down by 2 different armored vehicles.
Oh shit!
There was like a squad and a half of infantry with them.
Oh god!
We were just prone. We were hoping that no one saw us. We were like radio and squad leader. We were like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get out of this, man. Like, we might just try and shoot at him, like at the infantry. And so we finally found a window because the 2 armored vehicles had ran off to a different point. And there was some infantry left behind. So I got up onto a crouch position, and I scope in, and I get him very nicely in the head. I think it was a 3-round burst, though, because I had changed it, because for some reason, even the M4s in that game have only a 3-round option.
No, the M4s are automatic. It's the M16s that are...
No, but I had an M4, and it only had a single fire...
An M416?
No, it was just an M4. Like, I'm saying, like, I understand the difference between an M4 and an M16. Or an M416, you know, like the...
Yeah.
It was just an M4 and had a tri-burst option and a semi-option.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't like it. But I switched it to that whenever I know that I'm not going to be, like, kind of marksman-ing. So I just put 3 rounds in the guy. He wasn't happy about it. I pulled back, and the squad, the medic kind of gave me like a over the mic high five. Squad is an interesting animal, though.
Yeah, like that one match I had where I don't know if you were... Yeah, you were there when we were playing Simon Says.
Yeah.
So, a lot of what they say in the military is just you being bored as fuck, waiting for nothing to happen.
Hurry up and wait.
And that happened to us in Squad. We were at a point where... So it has a ticket bleed system, but they had updated it so the ticket bleed doesn't run off of points you capture until you capture every single point. It runs off of kills and vehicle destruction and stuff along the lines.
Points, I think, help, though.
Okay, so it's not the Battlefield style where if you hold point... Or, like, for instance, Yeah, you know,
No,
you get what I'm saying.
I obviously understand Battlefield, yes.
So, in squad, when you cap a point, you get plus 20 tickets. When you lose a point, I think it's neutral. When you neutralize it, you get plus 10 or something, and then when you cap it, it's plus 20 or something along the lines.
Uh-huh.
And then when you lose it, you get minus 20 tickets. And then for every kill, it's minus 1. For every vehicle destruction, it depends on the vehicle. So since they've updated it, if the enemy team gets down to 20 tickets, they will not push.
Yeah.
They'll just sit back and defend, which makes games go on for a very long time. And so it was just our squad initially sitting at this hilltop that we had been holding the entire game, and we were just kind of small talking. We got really bored, so I was like, "Hey, you guys want to play a game?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." So it's like, "All right, let's play Simon Says." And they're like, "All right, who's gonna be Simon?" And I was like, "Fuck it, I guess I'll do it since I suggested it." They're like, "All right." It's like, "All right, everybody get in the line." So they get in the line. And I was like, "All right, Simon Says crouch." So they all crouched. I was like, "All right, good." So it's like, Simon Says stand up. Everybody stands up. I was like, "All right, good." It's like, "Pull out your secondary." And 2 guys pulled out their secondary. I was like, "Oh, all right." I was like, "We have a medic here, right?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, cool." And I killed both of them. And 3 people were like, whoa, I don't want to play this game anymore. And then 2 other squads rolled up, and we were going to play Duck, Duck, Goose in the field.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. Nobody followed us down there. And so then we all just started shooting our weapons off to the air because nothing was going on. And that was one of the squad experiences. Another one was in that same game where you were pinned down by the rock. We had captured a point and completely pushed the other team back. Our entire team was there, and we all started firing off in the air. And I had ran out of ammo because I was expecting, all right, we're going to win this. Except for the fact that we didn't win it, and the enemy team came rolling up with a bunch of shit, and I had no ammo. So that was a good time.
I was going to say something pertaining to, the last thing that I said. But I don't remember it, so moving on. I can still taste the spread.
You poor thing. You poor soul.
Right. Red Dead Online. What we've been trying to get to for almost 1900 seconds.
Just about. There goes the water bottle. We shall have a moment of silence. All right, back to it.
Yep. Right. So Red Dead Online. Allow me to take back control of the Lieutenant Dangle to-do list. So, came out day before yesterday for people with Ultimate Edition. People who played day 1 got to experience it yesterday, or starting yesterday. People who played it between, I think, day 1 and day 3 got released today, and tomorrow everyone is going to be able to have it. A few points that I want to touch on. So, I'm going to actually write these down as I go, because I don't want to forget them. Character creation, gameplay, story, and camp system. Right. So character creation. Think GTA 5, like the updated GTA 5 character creator, but improved upon in a lot of ways. First of all, you don't pick your heritage. That's not what you do. You don't pick your mom and dad anymore. You start off with me yawning. Every game starts off with me yawning. And then you're in the jailhouse in Blackwater, because apparently you've committed a terrible crime. So you create your character, he gets his mugshot taken with an old-timey camera, and he or she, excuse me, and then you go to jail. You're taken to Sisika Penitentiary, which anyone who's played the game will know what that is. And about 6 months later, you're let out onto like a work job, like outside of the penitentiary. You're still in jail, and you're still a prisoner, but you're in a cage wagon, and you're stopped, and the wagon is held up by this guy named Horley, and Horley frees all the prisoners, but he takes you along with him. And you meet this chick, the story begins. I didn't expect there to be a storyline.
Why?
For online.
There was a story for GTA Online. If you have your own character creation, I don't understand. No, there was a story there.
What was the story?
I don't fucking remember. It's been a long time since I played it, and I didn't really enjoy GTA Online.
I love GTA Online. I have months into that game. And I don't think there was a real storyline. There was, the heist sort of introduced a storyline.
I suppose.
Because the Doomsday heists, like near the latter half, or the latter end of, like, GTA Online's peak, those sort of wrapped them up. But I don't remember there being a particular storyline. Either way, though, I was surprised. Because, it's not something I'd expect, I suppose. That's why people are surprised. Very good, Alan. But it's surprisingly good so far. I've helped out the 3 sheriffs, and now I'm just waiting for another prompt. I assume there's going to be another one, eventually. But, okay, so character creation, that's done. Gameplay. The world feels very surprisingly alive. For, like, as online maps, sure, like GTA Online, let's compare it to that because, it's Rockstar and it's the most comparable, I think, because they're pretty similar in a lot of ways. The world overall felt kind of dead in GTA Online, like the open world. It was very beautiful, it was very fun to explore, but there was nothing in it to do unless there was like a specific prompt. Like, sure, there was, like, gang attacks, there was, like, races, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was kind of boring. This world, on the other hand, which, by the way, is almost inconveniently large. Like, it takes a while to get from, say, like, the bottom left of the map up to...
The original map.
Yeah, like, the original map up to, like, the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
That's a trek. Like, even getting from the original map to, like, from the left side to the right side of the original map, that's just going from the left side to the right side of the original map. So it's big on its own. Because it was big in the first game. At least we thought it was. But the map feels more alive. The people that you pass on horseback, they'll greet you. Or if you're doing something bad, or if you run into them, they'll get mad at you. And if you run into them, I've learned this the hard way. If you run into them and you accidentally knock them off their horse, they will get up and shoot you. Because they do not like that. Because, newsflash to those who do not ride horses. Falling off a horse fucking hurts. And it hurts bad sometimes.
Yep.
And if the horse lands on you, it could kill you. But doesn't kill them because they get up and shoot me. I've been killed twice that way. Luckily, the third time it happened to me, I was smart enough to pull out my gun before they even get up. Speaking of that, though, speaking of, like, quick draws, the players. Now, remember, it is a Rockstar game, and as such, there's going to be douchebags. I feel like that's not like an A leads to B situation. It's just in A there always happens to be B because A attracts B. A does not cause B. In other words, say GTA Online does not cause griefing douches. But it enables griefing douches to exist and it attracts griefing douches. And this game is no different. You haven't really commented on any of this.
Because I haven't played it.
You don't even have any questions?
Nope, because I already have solid idea of what it's going to be like.
Then you know what? I'm going to keep this monologue going. I'm done with one of the topics.
2.
Well, I haven't checked off Hard Online yet.
No. You.
Oh, did I talk? Oh, yeah, story. Gameplay in camp. Like in Saint Denis, in particular, there happens to be a huge concentration of people who will just shoot you for no reason. Players. And there are posses of people who just go around robbing, and they'll just shoot you because you're there. Which, I don't know.
That reminds me of when we were playing Sea of Thieves.
I love Sea of Thieves.
And we attacked that one guy, and he's like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
We're just trying to play the game.
And I was like, "Yeah, we are too. We're fucking pirates."
Pirates. The people that robbed and killed at sea. This isn't game of British Navy.
Oof.
They thought they were bad. Who would win? The strongest army and navy in the world? Or a bunch of dudes with guns that really didn't like taxes?
Well, the T definitely didn't win.
The T lost no matter who won. That poor T.
Thanks, Boston.
I don't like tea anyways.
I love tea.
I don't like that kind of tea.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't like hot tea very much.
Well, you make hot tea, and then you cool it down.
No.
Why?
Because no.
Why not? Was it... Oh, yeah, it was a Tumblr post about these British people very confused about what sweet tea was. Welcome to the South.
Were they confused at, like, why it was cold? Or, like...
Why it was cold, why it was sweet tea, and just why it fucking exists.
I actually like sweet tea better than any sort of hot tea. But I also don't really like sweet tea that much. It's not great to me. I'm just not a tea guy.
I like tea.
I'm not a coffee guy either.
I like both.
I know. I'm a milk guy.
So weird.
Fancy little milk drinker. You slaughtered my people.
It reminds me of this picture, and it was a fucking group of Whiterun guards, and they were like, "Gotta keep watch for those dragons. They could be anywhere." And there's literally a dragon right behind them.
Could be anywhere, even right behind me right now.
I just love how you could fucking send an arrow through one of their heads, and if it doesn't kill them, it'd be like, must be the wind.
We're not talking about Skyrim, because then it'll go on too long.
Those games are amazing.
Elder Scrolls is fantastic.
I love Skyrim.
I love Skyrim too. I love Fallout as well. I don't care what people say about Bethesda these days.
Oh.
They make games that are fun.
So,
I didn't say good games.
Speaking of Bethesda.
No, we aren't there
Speaking
yet.
of Bethesda.
We aren't there yet.
In their Power Armor edition, they had advertised that the carrying case for the helmet was like a canvas sort of material. Well, when they sent it out, it was nylon, like a plastic, and people were fucking pissed.
Oof.
And so Bethesda was like, "Look, changes were made. Just call our support line if you have an issue with it." So if you do that and you give them proof that you had bought the edition, they give you 500 Atom. They give you $5 worth of Atom. From a $200 collector set.
Oh, it's so good. You know what's great about that, too?
What?
Just for owning the game on Xbox, you get a free 500 Atom. Everyone gets it.
Bethesda doesn't care anymore.
Bethesda doesn't give a shit. But after Fallout 76, that might have finally eroded their players' blind faith in Fallout.
You mean your blind faith in Fallout?
I think the game's fun, though. That's the difference. I actually enjoy playing it. Bugs and all. I don't even care. It's fun. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's well made. I'm saying it's fun.
Well, I
like
guess
genuinely
that's what matters.
fun. Yeah, it is all that matters. Plus, I'm getting my return, which we'll talk about later.
We don't have too much later.
No, we have later. It's only 2,200 seconds.
We don't have that much later.
All right, fine, we'll get to it. But, where was I? Oh yeah, gameplay. Gameplay's cool. Next, camp. The camp system is awesome. You meet this dude named Crips. He's a real old dude, like uncle age, you know. He's actually not a horrible drunk. Well, he is, but he's a functioning drunk, unlike Uncle.
Unlike Brody. I mean, Brady.
Damn, you almost added Brody for no reason. And you did add Brady. R.I.P. Brady. He's going to shoot you.
Oh, well. I'm surprised he hasn't already.
But he sets up your camp for you. He maintains your camp for you. It's $1 a day for most camps. Large camps take $2 a day, though. There's an upkeep cost.
Interesting.
Yeah. But depending on the size of your posse, that's what the size of your camp is. And you can do, different stuff in it. You can order stuff. That's another cool feature. You get a Wheeler and Rawson general goods book,
Uh-huh.
and you carry it around with you. And it's a blue one. And what you do is you take it out anywhere. You can order stuff from it.
Okay.
And it'll the stuff, if it can't be transferred directly to your inventory, like ammo can't, most goods can't, some products can, but I haven't really experimented with that. It goes to either your camp in a lockbox or it gets delivered to a post office and you can pick it up.
Oh, nice.
So I like that system. That's a cool system because in GTA you could just, buy ammo from your player menu. It was a little more expensive to my understanding, but it was just transferred directly. I just like that that's another element that I enjoy. It's the little things. It's the little things that I like. Because I expected a lot of this out of Red Dead Online. Like, it didn't all surprise me. The beautiful scenery didn't surprise me, obviously. The gunplay being Rockstar gunplay didn't surprise me. The more living world didn't surprise me. But it's little things like that that really I enjoy. So that was the last part for what I was going to talk about. So the next on our list is Star Citizen,
which I've played very little of.
You have played very little of. I have played a lot of. We can glance over. I'll just gloss over it really quickly because I did want to talk about it. So Star Citizen is a very interesting game. Think No Man's Sky, but like hyper realistic. And it's a very open-ended game where you can do a lot. If you want to be, a trader, there's a ship for that. There's multiple ships for that. If you want to be, a mercenary, a freelancing, dog fighter, you could do that. If you want to be a miner, if you want to be a junk scrapper that goes around to wrecked ships and, takes up their scrap, you can do that eventually. I think that's in the next coming updates. But eventually, if you want to mine data from like comm arrays, you'll be able to do that. It's just a huge, and the world is massive so far. It's only one solar system, but they will soon expand it to an entire universe, soon enough at least. And it's just a wonderful game in my opinion. A lot of people hate on it because it's like quote unquote in development hell, even though it's not. It's in a long development period. I'll tell you that. Like, really long.
Yeah.
But
wow.
it's also...
It's almost what it's known for.
It's also an absolutely massive, massive game. Bigger than anything... Because it's all persistent. That's the thing. Like, it's not like No Man's Sky, where, like, you can procedurally generate certain sections. And it's not all, like, hyper-realistic, extreme-rendered graphics. It's all... Like, No Man's Sky is kind of a cartoonish, almost, deal. And it's this huge persistent universe, and it has it's universal economy that actually matters. It has, trading lanes. It's this massive thing. And how much was the sum? You were watching a video on it, and it was like $200 million? $200 million raised.
Yeah.
Through crowdfunding. That's all crowdfunding. $200 million.
Kind of hurts to hear.
And I can tell you, I think they're approaching like 2.5 million players.
Boy.
So, it's pretty insane. Like, how do you... my question is, if the game was bad, how would it have gotten so much backing?
It's not done, first of all.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's bad in any way. I had fun while I was playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's a specific type of crowd that plays it.
Yeah.
It's a very niche sort of audience that goes for that sort of gameplay.
I agree. It's really cool, though.
No, yeah, and I'm not denying that. It's just not my thing, I guess.
Well,
I'll play it. It's fun. It's just not going to be a regular thing for me.
I think my new Rover might change your mind. Because riding around in that thing, for anybody who even cares about the game, I recently, for the anniversary sale, I purchased an Ursa Rover. And it's like, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's fast. It's insane. It bounces around everywhere on low gravity or moons. It has a mounted turret. It can fit up to 6 people in it. It's awesome. By the way, if you want to like spend a little bit of money, you can upgrade your current Hornet to a Super Hornet, which is arguably the best medium fighter in the game. Because you can melt down your current package into just credit, and you can put that towards. So if you wanted to upgrade it, I think that's the one that is like a lot more maneuverable. It also has a mounted turret.
Gotcha.
But yeah, whatever about that. I just wanted to inform you of that. But yeah, no, Star Citizen's awesome. It does take a very beefy computer compared to a lot of other games, but I love it. And if you have a beefy computer, I suggest you look into it. It's also very expensive. Don't even ask.
It's too expensive
sometimes. I agree. I completely agree. It's too expensive.
With that, I want to do a quick shout out to Mauro. He cuts grass and eats ass. And that's about it.
Oh, we're doing shout outs now?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to shout out my friend Dave, who is our #1 fan. He had a great moment of happiness today, and that faded very quickly. That's a big thing for him. No, it's a big thing for him. Just know that.
Okay. Well.
He's a good boy. Trust me.
Good to know.
And let's see. Who else? I'd like to thank my mother. She's the one who birthed me, in case anyone was wondering. And that's about it.
It's very possible. I don't know why you had to specify that. Well, never mind.
It's all for the meme, my friend. It's all for the meme. Right, so we can check RDR Online and Star Citizen off. So the next topic is Destiny 2.
I don't want to talk about Destiny.
You don't want to talk about Destiny?
Not really.
Should we table it for a different episode?
That'll be a different episode. We'll bring Devin on for that one.
He's just going to talk about how overwhelmed he is.
No.
Devin
he has actual opinions about that game.
No, but he always gets overwhelmed by all the stuff that you have to do.
No.
He said that to me.
Anyway.
So, okay, that's tabled. Anthem. I do want to talk about this a little bit. Because it's very controversial.
We should save it for Destiny. They're quite similar.
Tabled. Fine. Have it your way. So the last topic is gaming news.
Okay. Well, I already mentioned the whole Bethesda thing. You have a thing about Bethesda as well.
I do have a Bethesda thing to talk about. Everyone, I'm sure that it's relevant to. You've already heard about this, but
it hits Alan personally.
It does, in a good way, though.
Well,
it does because I get to return it. But so as we all know, not everybody likes Fallout 76. And by that I mean no one on YouTube that you would ever look up likes Fallout 76. And by that I mean no human except for, I swear, my friend Dave and I likes Fallout 76. Devin likes it too, actually, but yeah. So, essentially what was happening, Bethesda, this is pertaining to PC mostly, but they were also refusing returns on other platforms, for me at least. They just weren't getting back to me. They were refusing to contact me, but...
if we ignore him, he'll go away.
Well, actually, I think they might... I'm not saying there was malicious intent, but if there was, it was them ignoring me so that my warranty would run out.
Probably.
Because it's only a month return warranty. And then it has to be, like, unopened and stuff. Luckily, I didn't open it. But, so they were essentially refusing to give refunds for Fallout 76 on PC. Because their policy stated that once you use the software, you own like the partial license to it. Therefore, you cannot refund the game.
Correct.
Because you have the license. It's under your name. It's not useful to anybody else. So people took huge issue with it because they, as people have said, they released a buggy, unfinished, unplayable game.
Correct.
And on PC, that's probably the truth, because I heard PC has infinitely more issues.
It doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, I don't know, PC's a completely different thing than console. But, so they were refusing, so a whole bunch of attorneys started swarming these angry players, and they were like, hey, let's get a class action lawsuit going so that we can make some money, get your refunds. And so they did. They filed a class action lawsuit, and suddenly Bethesda was like, wait. When we said we wouldn't give you refunds, what we meant was we'll give you refunds. And now they're giving people refunds, and they're scrambling to do damage control over an already horrendously hated game. This is probably... Well, okay. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, according to my good friend Dave, who has played all of them, I believe, he hates that game. But this game...
Fallout?
Exactly. But this game probably is more hated. And it's the worst. It's in people's opinions.
Oh, I forgot about that game.
Yeah, exactly. See? It's horrible. I heard it's horrible. I haven't even played it. I don't want to.
It looks bad.
Yeah.
It was on PS2.
Yeah.
It has a 7.5 on IGN, a 64 on Metacritic, and a 7.3 on GameSpot.
IGN gives 3 pounds of shit a 6 out of 10.
Oh, I don't trust their reviews, especially after that Pokemon one. There's too much water.
Oh, yes. Too much water. 5 out of 10. How dare you put water in a game? People need to drink that. Get that out of the game. But, yeah, this game is probably the worst, in the public opinion at least, not in mine, again, the worst Bethesda game released. Because it is just buggy. It is unfinished. I don't know why people are having fun on it, because it sucks in my opinion, so why is people having a good time? I don't get it. You should all stop. You return the game. I hate you. As much as my dad hates me.
Oof.
Also, my name's Richard. Right. That wasn't barely an at Richard. It's just he has a horrible relationship with his dad. And I also make fun of him a lot. I love you, Richard. But yeah, no, it's been a complete catastrophe. And I really hope that Bethesda can come back from this. Oh no. And use a different engine. Please. For the love of fuck. Use a different game engine. You don't need to keep using Gamebryo.
It's old.
It's very old.
It's got problems.
It's got problems.
There's a bunch of new shit you can be using.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of building shit. I don't care.
Okay, I like the building system.
No, bring me a game like fucking New Vegas. Bring me a game like Fallout 3. I don't want to fucking build a settlement. I don't care. I don't want to build a camp. I don't care. Give me a fucking Fallout game, please.
You enjoyed Fallout 4, though.
I didn't use any of the... I'm not lying to you when I tell you I didn't build a single thing in that game. I didn't even put up a wall.
I don't think I did either, actually. I'm not a builder, though. Like, that's all, like, either...
And the 2 DLCs they released were building shit.
What about, like, Nuka World?
Nuka World was fucking way too hard, and everybody I've talked to agrees with me on that. And the other one was boring as shit. I don't even remember what it was called. Lonely Harbor or whatever?
Far
Harbor.
And then
See, it's that garbage. I don't even remember what it was.
And then the what was the other one called? Like the... Automatrons?
Yes. And then the other one was like some fucking arena battle
There was
bullshit.
another one?
Yeah, there was 4, and they were fucking all garbage.
It was like an arena battle? Like the Pit Part 2?
Yeah, like you could build an arena and like pit like enemies against each other. It was really stupid.
I didn't even hear about that one.
It was really stupid.
That's probably why I haven't heard about it.
Like, Fallout New Vegas had a great story. It had a fantastic fucking DLC.
And also Dead Money.
Dead Money was great. It was just a little difficult.
It was kind of spooky.
Yeah,
It wasn't even hard to me. It was just kind of spooky.
It was fun though. I really enjoyed it.
Like, yeah, I mean, well, actually, I feel like that DLC gave me so much anxiety. I just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
And I also did the glitch that I took all the gold bars.
And then it just give me, please, Bethesda. If you ever hear this in your lifetime of being a company, just give me a goddamn Fallout game that I'll enjoy. Please. Fallout 4's factions were trash because it was streamlined as fuck, and the only good one was Brotherhood.
And even they came off as neo-fascists.
And just give me a Fallout game. Give me a real Fallout game.
Yeah, you're basically like... Fallout 4 was like, okay, barring like the less relevant factions like the Minutemen, not saying that they're bad factions. In fact, they're probably the better factions because I think they're cooler. But barring like the Minutemen, the Railroad, which I think is a trash faction.
Oh, when they told me I was going in there to kill them, let me tell you,
fantastic.
I went hard.
Went in there with your power armor and just... Oh, I liked what they did with the power armor. I don't care what anybody says. I liked how they revolutionized the power armor. How they added in, like, fusion cores. It was actual power armor, not just, like, high DT armor. How it had, like, you know, you could mod it.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, but it costs, you know, power to use because it's power armor. It's almost as if it's power armor. I like what they did with it. I don't care what people say. Some people don't like it because... Oh, suddenly you have to get this power source, and in Fallout 76 it's really heavy. It's 3 pounds per, you know, fusion core. And shut up. You got way cooler power armor out of it. It's way cooler. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What was I even... no, I don't remember. Well, I ranted about power armor for like 30 seconds, and I didn't remember. The factions. Railroad was trash. Minutemen were cool, but they, in my opinion, didn't have a strong enough...
They were annoying.
...standpoint to even take over the Commonwealth. It didn't make any sense. The Brotherhood came off as way too fascist-y, way too Hitler-y. Elder Maxon, jeez, lay off. The Institute was kind of the same way, except they were a lot shadier about it. Like, it was like pitting... neo-fascists versus, like, progressive neo-fascists.
Yeah, sure.
Because, like, the Institute, they believed in, like, technology above everything else. And,
Right.
Well, they believed in creating new technology and pushing the boundaries of technology. The Brotherhood wanted to, you know, like, keep technology and preserve it.
Correct.
As it was. They didn't like AI that much. They didn't like
remember
robots too much.
When you have to fucking choose to kill Dance or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, alright, I'm gonna let him go. And then I walk out and Maxon's like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, no, he's actually like a good guy. He's done all this for the Brotherhood. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. You kill him now or you're not, like, you're a bitch boy. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I, like, pulled out my double barrel. And I blew his brains all over the fucking place.
Really? I actually told Maxon to go fuck himself.
Yeah, I didn't have a high enough speech for that.
Oh, I always have high speech in that game. Except 76. I don't have any charisma in 76 because I don't think that I need it.
Well, yeah, it's different.
Yeah, there's no speech checks. There's no NPCs. That's another huge thing that people have against Fallout. How did we end up talking about Fallout again?
I don't know, but
we were talking about Bethesda. That's why.
Yeah.
But we somehow went down the Fallout rabbit hole again.
Once more.
I feel like the Fallout rabbit hole has been the source of at least 2 of our extremely long rants.
Yeah, let's not do that.
It's gonna happen again.
Probably. But, I mean, I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot that went on this week.
Besides Red Dead Online.
So.
I think we got some more information about that Harry Potter RPG.
I don't think we did, because the last one that came out wasn't that long ago.
Because I remember it having a name at least. Oh, other news actually. I saw this in an ad on YouTube, completely different game, but Niantic of Ingress and Pokemon Go fame is apparently making a Harry Potter game.
Is it called Hogwarts Mystery?
No. That's the one that's horrible and has like microtransactions and stuff.
Oh.
This is going to be a Harry Potter game made by Niantic, and that means only one thing. It's Pokemon Go, but Harry Potter.
It's Harry Potter Go to the Polls.
I want them to Pokemon Go to the polls. And that's when she lost.
I don't know. I think she lost around the point where she decided to post a video of her just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
No, that was when she started winning, obviously.
Oh, yeah?
She was relatable to all the youngsters. And if she had just ridden a skateboard once, she would have won. But she didn't. Because she has horrible balance, I bet.
Probably.
She's like 70 or something. I don't actually know how old Hillary
Let's
Clinton
find
is.
out how old.
How much she is.
How much is Hillary?
How much years are you?
She is. Let's find out. There's so much bullshit that goes behind her name. Hold on.
Well, there's a lot of bullshit behind both the candidates.
She's 71.
Hey, I was almost on the nose. Yeah, no, she has horrible balance, I'm sure.
Anyway, we have some topics for next time. In the next week or two, I'm thinking more 2, we'll have our D&D episode.
Yeah. Hopefully, soon.
Yeah. I'm thinking, aside from podcasts, we could also put up some gameplay of Squad or whatever.
Yeah, we could do some
eventually.
Once we
along
get that
with our weekly stuff. But until then,
I will say, if there's anything that you guys want us to do that's sort of related to gaming or any sort of stuff that you want to hear in the podcasts.
Really anything.
Yeah, criticism, topics. We're always receptive. Because just the fact that you're watching or listening to this, rather, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome that you have decided to give up way too much of your time.
To listen to us rant and ramble about fucking shit.
Games. Just about things that we're, for some reason, passionate about.
So. And
I don't know, just it's awesome, and we'd like to thank you for that because you're awesome. You're way more awesome than we are. We suck.
Okay, well, speaking for one of us.
No, you suck too.
I don't suck. I'm great.
According to who? Your mother?
Myself. That's all that matters.
Your mom probably doesn't think you're great.
Probably not.
Right. So you did the intro, so I'll do the outro.
Sure.
That's not how that works, but I'll do it anyways. All right. So, thank you for watching and listening, and mostly listening because there's no video yet. But If you like what we are doing here for some reason, go ahead and smash that like button with the force of 10 billion angry Fallout 76 players. If you are new here and you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button with the force of Nick's mother's disappointment in him. And if you're Richard, hi Richard.
I love you.
I love you too, Richard.
Also, Mauro
And Dave.
cuts grass.
Mauro cuts grass.
And
Dave eats ass.
No, Mauro cuts grass and eats ass.
I assure you Dave eats ass. He doesn't. Please don't get mad at me, Dave. But thank you so much for listening once again. We hope to see you back next week. Weekly uploads. Not going to say a day because that's way too much commitment.
I mean, so far we've gotten that Thursday on lock.
That's true. Thursday's pretty convenient. So maybe every Thursday, but at least once a week. At least there will not be one like more than like 5 or 6 days apart.
Yeah.
So there'll be regular uploads. You can come back and listen to us if you like it. We love you very much. I'm sure we both do. I can speak for both of us there.
Yeah. For once.
And we hope you have a fantastic rest of your morning, day
night,
or evening.
Wait, that's the same thing. Night and evening.
Night and yeah.
Lunch, breakfast,
dinner, brunch. We hope you have an excellent brunch.
What are we, white?
I'm sure at least one of them are.
You're not wrong.
Either way, goodbye.
No, we don't have anything against white people either.
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't have. When did we say we did?
I'm pretty sure earlier you did.
No, I didn't say it. I said white people clout. I have clout with white people because I'm an Eagle Scout.